this is Kirk.
Hey, this is Byrd. It's the Kirk and Byrd Show, and we are bringing you what you want. People have already been asking us, hey, are y'all going to talk about Coach Overton going from Freedom to Hayfield? So instead of us just talking about it, we got the man himself. So we've got Coach Darryl Overton along with the voice of Freedom Athletics, football, boys and girls basketball. We got Jay Gholson and Coach Darryl Overton. Thank you guys for joining the show.
Thank you for having us.
Always, brother. Pleasure is mine.
So, Coach, Freedom, you've been there for the last
9 years.
9. Okay. But you're making a big move. It was announced this week that you're going to be taking the head coaching position at Hayfield High School. Look, we just go ahead and jump right on into it. How did that come about?
Honestly, simple wise, like I've said, man, they, reached out like Coach Mr. Fritz put in the paper. He reached out to me directly. He's like, what you think? And I was like, probably not, man. Like, I'm good where I'm at. He eventually talked, got me to agree. I did an interview. After I did the interview, I called him just to see how I did.
Yeah.
Regardless, there's always competition, and he was like, I killed it. So I turned it down initially. Just was a lot going on time-wise. We was just coming back from Christmas break. Girls basketball was all over the place. Still, recruiting was, early signing day. It was just a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, well, look, I'm not going to take no for an answer because, after going through the process, you're who we want.
Damn.
So just take some time and think about it. I know you got girls basketball, take all the time you need. So, I have to think about it. And like I said, I talked it over with my fam, talked over my dad first, then my mother. And, it was like, I think I'm, a new opportunity, like, you know what I mean? And I talked to Coach Brown. He was real, he talked to me, about what Jay been typing about when he left Potomac to Hilton. Everybody thought it was, like shocked. And he just dropped some wisdom on me about it. So I felt good, more comfortable afterwards. And, I spoke with Miss Smith at Freedom and let her know what was going on, that potentially I might be getting it. Then I spoke with Mr. Nunziata, told them, like I said, people dropping all this false narrative, everything good at Freedom. I don't got no issues, wasn't fired, wasn't asked to resign, nothing. Like I said, still going to stay on, do girls basketball. So that was it. And then, after that, they were just being, Dr. T, the principal there, and Mr. Fritz, they really were just being diligent and, letting me deal with what we was dealing with. I didn't want to take away from the girls' moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and they like agreed with that and understood it without even knowing me from, anybody else. So again, that spoke volumes to me on those two gentlemen, just being patient, because anybody that know me know I'm not that type of person. Like, I wouldn't ask for somebody to do something special for me or no type of favors for me. But anyway, so then it was just, I was like, after speaking with Mr. Nunziata and talking through it, it was like, as long as once everything come back on the admin side, go announce it. So I kept them up to date the whole time and, did everything the right way. And then boom, Wednesday, we go crazy.
Right.
Which I was going to say, it's a big story because of your success. I mean, success breeds success. And the last couple of years you've had, those teams are close, if not on Mount Rushmore, Virginia high school, rich state and tradition. So anytime you make a move, it's going to be big news. But, based on some of what I've looked into, it seems like maybe it's a situational thing, with numbers, participation. And what was it, about the Hayfield program and their tradition? And because it's a big, anytime you have the kind of success that you've had at Freedom-Woodbridge and you make a move, there's got to be an impetus to that. So obviously you felt good about Hayfield. We know all about their basketball tradition, winning program last year, made the playoffs. What made it so attractive for you to make a big move?
Again, man, just I've been big on this lately, man. Like transformational, not transactional relationships, and the way they do my girls' basketball situation and not pressuring me like you need to make a decision now. Like really letting my girls enjoy that moment spoke volumes on their character to me. Like made it easier to make the decision. Then on top of that, again, just going where you celebrate and not tolerate, just different culture. Like just the 2 times I went there for an interview, and then another time, just the greetings and the over, just welcoming. I mean, just everybody in the school, like just had a good feel to it. And then, like you said, this more sustainable opportunity. As good as we have been and was at Freedom, we did it with less.
Yeah,
many ways, not just in regards to the number of players. You know what I mean? We did it with less, and my parents picked up a lot of slack. You know what I mean? So not always having to grind. Like I'm a grinder, you know what I mean? Pause for my guys, but I'm used to hustling and getting it out the mud and working extra hard. Don't have to. Like this opportunity, I don't have to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, Coach, I have a question now. Was it more of you interviewing them, or they interviewing you for that job?
Well, they definitely interviewed me, but I definitely was filling them out. Like it's like an ongoing joke with me and Mr. Fritz. Like I used to call him, I'd be like, "You mad?" Because I was calling him so much, thinking his brain, like you said, filling them out, and again, just over, like you said, they, made an easy decision. Like it's tough because, like you said, Freedom was my baby. Kind of raised it, so it was tough. But at the same time, like you said, the football at Hayfield hasn't been terrible. When I came to Freedom, the football was terrible.
Yeah.
I think they'd only won 3 games. You mentioned,
yeah,
no show, yeah.
That's 3. It. They had 1 year where they got a forfeit from Garfield that gave them 4 wins,
right?
But 3 on the field. You know what I mean? And so coming in this situation where Coach Aziz, who was a good friend of mine, me and him talked all the time. They won that district. They just have trouble with the powers, Lake Braddock, South Carolina, West Springfield. Everybody else, they beat.
Now, how are the Hayfield's facilities compared to Freedom?
Hayfield probably one of those first people to get turf.
Okay.
So their turf isn't as new and shiny as Freedom, but they got a turf game field, 2 turf practice fields.
Oh.
And then they got 2 grass fields as well. So, they got great facilities, and the weight room is, recently at Freedom, they moved our weight room to a smaller classroom when we had our whole team. Yeah, that back classroom in the back, we can't fit the whole team in there at the same time. So we just put the team up in the aux gym in the weight room. And then, Hayfield's weight room is bigger. They didn't have new racks. Mr. Bryson got Freedom nice black and gold racks, but Hayfield's getting that. Actually, he sent an email out to the coaches, getting them to approve the racks and stuff today. Another great thing that, they're a Nike school. And if they know me, that's all I wear.
Yeah.
That's right up my alley. So, they got good facilities. Like you said, it is, again, Freedom has good facilities now as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, the secondary schools, the gyms are huge. The other alluring thing, man, is the support. Like, they got a student section. Like, we don't have that at Freedom. Ever.
Right.
Joke all the time. Like, we go to Cogan or Woodbridge, and they terrible. And they got student section all the way to the top row.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, Freedom, it's Jay it's PME and the community that come to support us, not the student body. So just seeing that alone, the support with just that, was also, like you said, exciting.
Yeah, I was thinking about that area, Eastern, South, Fairfax County, TC Williams, you've got South County, West Potomac, the old Fort Hunt was a football powerhouse. And I mean, it's a big tradition there in numbers wise. Rusty and I, we talked to Lake Braddock, and Rusty, he had like 150 kids show out for Lake Braddock football. But that's going to be a big difference between, the Freedom environment. Nothing to say about, Freedom is a program, but you're going to have more participation, bigger rivalries, a big student section. That's going to be an advantage. And we all know this. These times, kids want to go where a winner is. And in high school football, there's ways that people go to school. So, I mean, Hayfield is on the map now. And I mean, do you feel like that? You feel that excitement about, hey, you're probably going to have, by the way, Coach, you're going to probably have an extra 20, 25 kids come out. You're going to have 150 kids as opposed to 55 at Freedom. So that's got to be exciting.
Yeah, man. Like you said, it's exciting, and like you said, it's challenging. Like, it's a welcome challenge. You know what I mean? Just I think you really go from me like running a team to running a program.
Yep.
So, again, like, obviously, like you said, because of numbers, but having to, give attention to a freshman, a JV, you know what I mean, and run it all, is a welcoming challenge for me. And honestly, for me wanting to coach college, I think it's a necessary step. I haven't had to deal with a booster club and, run all levels. And so, it's something that for me on that side that I get to do. With Freedom, like I said, I had to run my team, but that was really it. There's no boosters I had to go to. And, I already had boosters sending me an email about what they son can do. And so I ain't had to deal with none of that before.
Now, question though,
I used to be on the board of my kids' booster club, and it's very nice, the funds that come through there. I think you're going to like that a lot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I got a question, Coach. Now, in regards to the schedule, if Fairfax has it whereas you play only Fairfax County teams during the regular season, can you schedule games like maybe at Prince William County or Stafford, or can you travel outside the county? Would they allow that?
So right now, supposed to play West Springfield week 0.
Okay.
Then Rock Creek.
Okay.
And then go to the Mather.
Oh.
So I see what you're doing, because, Coach, we had that question because we looked back.
South County is on there as well. So
no, that's a great. If you're going to get somebody from Fairfax, that's a good one to get.
But I heard they trying to get out of the game. Me and Coach Benoni always been cool. So, we played them when I was at Freedom. So, and played them in scrimmage and stuff. So too, but you know how people talk. But like you said, I'm gonna make sure it's necessary. Like, you gotta play those type of games to get recruited, and people, college is not gonna watch us play the teams in district, and that's no different than being in the Cardinal. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
you have to, like, any coach that's not, you scared to challenge yourself as a coach, but you selling your kids short. You know what I mean? You telling them a lie. Like, nobody not coming to watch us play. Even if we get our butt kicked, I want to be clear, but if no college is coming to watch us play justice.
No, they won't.
You're right. No.
Now they might, because there's already interest. You know what I mean? Clemson was at Hilliard, but that's because they're there to support Juju. You know what I mean? They're not there looking for talent.
Right. No, Coach, you definitely did it. You've done it at Freedom, but like I said, we've looked back at Hayfield's schedule for the last 10 plus years, and Jay is calling it Fairfax schools, but it's Northern Virginia. So they've got schools from Arlington, Alexandria, Falls Church that they're playing. But yeah, they haven't. And I just thought, well, man, when is it just like some collaboration or internal agreement? But to really do well, you got to do like Freedom and Stonebridge have done. Look, Stonebridge, we said it right here. We had you and we had Mickey on the program where we're like, y'all got this tough schedule. But look, you both went and represented. Like Mickey, I don't care what the Maury folks say, they could have won that Class 5. They had key injuries in the state championship game. But I thought them playing that difficult schedule prepared them and got them through the season. And so your approach, I love it. I love it. You know, and you're just keeping it real. And I said this too, even before we got on the camera. I was like, look, no disrespect. You know, I've coached in and I have kids that played in the Cardinal District, and it's down. It's down. It had been one of the toughest, you know, districts in the state. But I think one of the things I'm seeing with the Cedar Run district is that's been a problem for some of their teams because they're just playing, it looks like Prince William County teams. They're playing their schedule and then they're just playing other teams. A lot of them are not going out and taking on that challenge like some of the best teams in the state, like you, Stonebridge, Highland Springs, Maury. You know, you're doing that. So I commend you for that. And I'm glad you're taking that philosophy with you to Hayfield. When it comes to, now look, basketball has been off the chains for the last 30 plus years, 40 years, long as that school's been open. Football, I'm sure they've always thought, and I've thought they should be like a Robinson, like Lake Braddock, like those other secondary schools, and they just haven't had any type of sustainability in terms of having a really strong football program. But you going there, this is going to be something.
Yeah, like you said, it's a good place. Like, just me personally, when I was in high school and played in Super 44, Russell Lee went there. He was great in basketball and football.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then there was another gentleman. They had a D tackle. His name was Mike William or something. They had a running back that was really good my senior year. Yeah, but think about this. Look at Ronald Pringle. Look at Pringle at Villanova.
Yeah.
He's the best receiver in the conference. Came from Hayfield. Brian Cobb with the Arizona Cardinals. All these kids I know played at Hayfield. Ross, my man Miles Ross played at Rhode Island. Just came out there. Remember that year? Like I said, we played against Pringle
twice
and the quarterback in the first round of the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Henderson's son went to Maryland, went to North Carolina, then Maryland from there.
Yep.
So, you know, it's a place where you're going to get a good mix of kids, no matter what.
But how long will it take for them to buy into your system? For example, like Bill Brown and Hilton, first they're there, we had OP kids. They couldn't buy it. They understand the Potomac way, you know, and how we did things. It took us a couple of years to get them to turn around. Now, for you, will it be a couple of years, you think, or this year, get the kids that used to be in 6 and 5, or to go 6 and 5 to 14 and 0 is a big difference, a mindset thing.
So, true, but I don't think it's about going like 14 and 0, 6 and 5. Like I said, it's competing at a high level.
Yeah.
I don't know. That might look like 7 and 3. That might look like 8 and 2. That might look like 6 and 4. Like you said, Stonebridge was 6 and 4, but their 4 losses was top flight. So you get what I mean? And they ended up in the state championship with a chance to win. I'm gonna know this. Like if anybody know me, the first year we was at Freedom, I had people that never played before. And 2 people beat our butts, Massaponax and Mountain View.
Yeah, I was there.
We took Hilton to 4 overtimes, Colonial Forge to double. Those are the top 2 teams in the conference. Mm-hmm. And Forest Park beat us on an untimed down. So I feel like just the football and the culture, the accountability going to be at an all-time high. I just said that tonight at the parent meeting. Like,
okay,
you don't got no choice. Like, I ain't giving you no choice. I don't care what type of kid you are. You don't got no choice. Like, it's mandatory. Like, if we get beat, it's going to get beat because schematically we weren't good enough or we just weren't talented, not because we weren't willing to fight. Like, that's one thing I can hang my hat on. My teams, they're going to fight you. And I think, you know, even if you look at girls basketball, like, I swear I think that's what I bring to the table.
Yeah.
like, look at our girls. Like, we just fight, like, tooth and nail, no matter what. We might not always do things right or smart, but they're going to fight you. So just starting there with the success they had, you're going to win a couple more games just off of that alone, and the strides you're going to take in practice from that being the standard. Going to change a lot of things. The problem in today's sports is people are scared to push the kids to that point.
That's what I get.
Yeah.
And they fighting. But again, accountability going to be at an all-time high, period, end of discussion.
Okay.
Is your brother coming with you?
Say it again.
Is your brother Jeffrey coming with you?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
From what
So big question. Inquiring minds want to know. I'm a Virginia Tech guy, and I want to know. Jeffrey Overton Jr., is he going to be at Hayfield? Because I need to tell Brent Pry and the recruiters where to go. So do we know that yet, Coach?
So let me tell you, one person you ain't got to worry about finding Jeff Overton is Brent Pry and Elijah Brooks.
Yeah.
Okay.
They are doing a phenomenal job recruiting him. But again, I know, like you said, I know I don't mind talking to you. Like, Jeff gonna do whatever he want. Honestly, I mean that. Like, Jeff got enough going on with recruiting. My decision was not based on Jeff or anybody else, coming. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As him being my nephew, I would love for him to be wherever I am. Absolutely. As I would the other kids. You know what I mean? But I know life don't always work like that. Like you said, those kids I'm attached to way far more than football. But, like you said, we don't know what he's going to do.
Yeah.
Question for me.
Ask.
This is a joke now, can you coach that high income Kingstown kid?
What you talking about, Jay?
Yeah, you act like it's Bel Air, man.
Oh my, no. Let me hold on. Let me just speak to that. I got this for you, Coach. Freedom has high income kids too. Okay, like I've said this for years. Prince William County, every school probably got a set. I mean, every school in the county might have some neighborhoods that got some Section 8, but you also got some neighborhoods that got $800,000 houses at every high school in Prince William County. And I know Coach O can manage any and all types of those.
I asked that question, not you.
So 2 things I'll tell you. One, Russ, the difference is the $800,000 house families in Freedom, they transfer out every year.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah.
But nobody don't care about that. They only care about the 20 that they think coming to play football. They don't care about the 300 that leave. Nobody says anything that would change everything that's negatively perceived about the school.
Yeah.
But for me, it's no different, man. I coached at Colonial Forge.
That's right. Yeah, you're right.
And I'm gonna say this: I run a youth organization, so I deal with all type of people.
Yeah,
all
you
the
working
time. And like you said, my gift. I'm a football person. Like, I know the game, but my gift is being impactful with young people and being able to reach them and get them to play hard for me and believe in me and love me back. So I don't care what demographic, color, language, income, people are people. And I would say this at my coach's clinic: if you love the person, the player gonna play.
Yep.
You gotta reach the person. You gotta figure out a way to reach the person. The player gonna play. The person gotta know that you love them. And that goes for talent, demographic, all that. It's some kids that we all know just walk away from the games, any sport, with all type of talent because nobody loved the person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's my gift. I love the person. The player's gonna play. And Jay, you see me with the girls, like you probably be like, I can't believe they like him the way he be getting on them. But they know I love them. They know I love them.
That's right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Get on them. Yeah. I'm like, because they know I love them. Like, we've done the stuff together. Like, we did this together. Like, I've been there with them when nobody else believed in them. So I don't worry about that.
Coach is keeping it real. I'm telling y'all, offline, away from all this, he consistently tells me, hey, Rusty, man, it's about the kids. I'm telling you, y'all, I will say, we'll talk about him. We'll talk about the pro. He's like, man, it's about the kids. I did a video. I had
successful. That's
hey,
why
look,
he
man,
has so much
for real,
success.
we after they beat Colgan, I interviewed Coach right after the game, and I had a great interview from him. And I went back to put the thing together, and it just only took like the first like 4 or 5 seconds. And all I could do was apologize. And he was like, no, it's not about me. It's about the kids. And I was like, oh, that's right. And he was genuine. So I appreciate that. I know from the youth program athletes that you've had, like the impact you've had on the community with turkeys at Thanksgiving. Like, no, it's real. I do want to say before we wrap this up, I'm a fan of yours here. I'm gonna be a bigger fan over there because now teams here got a chance. And I before I moved to Woodbridge, we lived in Kingstown. We had a townhouse in Kingstown, and my kids would have been Hayfield Hawks. And
Rusty,
my cut, yeah.
You still got that townhouse?
Man,
You got a real estate empire.
Bruh, hold on. I wish I did. I would certainly be able to rent it out to some people. I know I have property in Montclair, but look, I wish I had it because I bought that thing for one price back in the day, like $112,000. By the time I left, it was $200,000. Now it's probably about $450,000. Believe me, yes, I wish I had it. But my thing is, man, I got family that graduated from Hayfield. I've always been a Hawks because I thought my kids were going to be Hawks. The other thing is, when I moved out here, I was intentional. I said, where is the football program? When we built our house, I said, where these kids go to school? And they thought they were going to be Bulldogs. And I was like, yes, my kids are going to Hilton. And I'm telling you, it's like, I was intentional about that. So unfortunately, they opened Colgan and then Hilton's whole dynamic changed. But I'm rooting for you, bro. I do have one other question, and this is about you. You are like a lot of people cannot and do not appreciate greatness when it's right there in front of them. And I say that just looking at Patrick Mahomes. Like, I'm still going to say Tom Brady's the GOAT, but all I keep saying is he's coming. He's coming. Like, this is the next GOAT. Y'all need to appreciate it when you're seeing it. I'm telling people at the Super Bowl party, this is the GOAT. And I'm telling people now, like, we should have appreciated this time with you, Coach Overton. You are definitely, I've said it before, if you don't ever do anything else in Prince William County again, you have left your mark. You are a Prince William County legend. How would you like your legacy to be here in Prince William County? And the other question is, do you see yourself coming back in 5, 10, or 15 years?
Well, like you said, I don't think my legacy done, man. Like, I'm still involved in the youth. Playmakers League is not leaving Prince William County.
Okay.
And you know how impactful that is. Like, we just started girls softball.
Oh.
And listen, man, I'm gonna tell you, I was going for 7-on-7 practice. I had 7-on-7 practice. And I talked to the AD at John Paul. He worked out where our girls softball program could practice on their facility. And I didn't even know, I forgot about the girls softball had practice. And I'm like, who is all these girls over here playing softball? And then I saw the coach and I said, oh, that's my org. That was amazing to me. Yeah. Because, some of those sports aren't always presented to our demographic and stuff.
Right.
Growing up. So that one being legacy, 2, 50 kids in school in 9 years.
Yeah.
Is more than every other school combined. Yeah. And that part of it, like you said, the generational impact, you know what I mean? Period. In the discussion. We got a kid right now, Malik Afrika, sorry, that just finished his stuff at VCU to be a brain surgeon.
Mm.
I mean, just all the generational impact stuff, man. Like you said, that's my legacy, but I ain't done. The community stuff, outreach, and regardless what everybody may think these other coaches tell you, I help out a lot of coaches.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. You have a lot of conversations. Any kids, I promote all kids, not just Freedom kids, all kids, and help throughout the process with all kids. That's me, so I want all that stuff to be the legacy, the winning and stuff. I want that to be a big part of Freedom's legacy because, like I've said, I don't feel like it was necessarily a place where they wanted to be successful. Could I see myself coming back 5, 10 years? Absolutely. Hopefully I won't have to. I have no ill will feelings. That's the other thing, man. Like, people get to running with these wild narratives, and I appreciate my man Sherman, speaking up. But like you said, this was a choice. Ain't nobody run me out of nowhere. They've been trying to. Absolutely. Has it been difficult at times? Absolutely. But my heart was in it from the kids from the beginning. If it wasn't, a normal man would have quit a long time ago. So I don't like the narratives. Like, nobody asked me to resign. Nobody forced me. Nobody came down and said I couldn't coach. Again, I'm still coaching girls basketball. Make it make sense. The math thing. But, Woodbridge in Prince William County, that's my home. So never in a million years would I turn my back on it. Even to this day, like, if somebody needs something, they're going to call me and I'm going to help them, period, in the discussion.
If you go that college route, Blacksburg, Virginia is a special place, man. The summers, it's not as humid. The air is fresh. You're 2 hours and 15 minutes from Charlotte. Go to Roanoke, you fly anywhere, and you'd be a hero there. If you get the job, I want some good tickets though.
I ref the Hayfield game a few weeks ago, girls game. They have a good program. They're actually 20-4 right now. Are you considering coaching girls basketball? Is that one of the things that you're looking to do?
No.
Okay.
Again, I want to see it through with my group.
Yeah.
We was at the bottom of the food chain for a long time. And, we want to finish eating the zebras now. We want to eat the zebras.
I hear you.
That wasn't a part of anything.
Okay. I just was asking in case others were wondering.
My daughter is happy at Freedom. And like I tell, parents, like, I didn't know this was going to happen. I'm invested in Freedom more than anybody. My daughter Shania is a senior there, about to graduate. So, no basketball as far as I'm concerned. Be a Freedom Eagle, Lady Eagles, and we're going to continue to do what we're doing.
Good.
Yeah, Hayfield, Lady Hawks, I do know the coach. I'm close with her. Much respect. Obviously, they're a great program regardless of Coach Overton and anything he got going on. So they don't need nothing I got. So much respect to them.
Will you be in the building at Hayfield?
All up in and down the building.
Okay, that's all we need to know. And then other people want, is Jay been invited or is Jay stuck at free? Jay, this is really a question for you. Jay, that's not for that really Coach Overton, but Jay, let me see what
say that.
Because let me just say, it's a lot of people that cannot wait for Jay. Now, I'm not wishing any ill will on Freedom football going forward, but Jay talked a lot of smack these last 3 years. And I know them 757 people are like, yeah, Jay, what you doing?
Let me say this. Next year at Hayfield, they're playing that rock and roll music. Darryl, think about me.
So I put Jay in the fine print. Seriously. Like I said, I hope that he make a decision to come up the road. We definitely have, no matter what, you know what I mean? So to announce, if it's up to me, he'll be there. So I haven't even got to who the announcer is yet. I've been getting over the Nike and all that.
Oh yeah. It's all good. It's all good.
No, but seriously, on a serious note, I mean, like you said, Jay been a part of what we do, so I would like him to be there if it's possible. I know, how sometimes these announcer things, people been there 25 years.
Yeah.
So,
I know.
So, like you said, I definitely, is like you said, no, all jokes aside, would like, so I would like him there, just because it's still OTF no matter what, and that, so we locked in.
Yeah. Well, look, that's good stuff, Coach. Thanks again for joining us. The people were asking for it, and we're gonna give it to them. And look, we gonna be up there. You just up the road. People don't understand. Hayfield is not that far, so we gonna be right there. Yeah, I would be right there. So you ain't gone too far, man. So thanks again. for joining the show. And if there's ever anything you want from us, if you want to come back, promote anything or talk, let's get that. We'll get that going. And look, your girls' basketball team is still rolling, Chip. So good luck with that.
Yeah, and like you said, always, everybody, like, subscribe, share. Kirk and Byrd Show, obviously.
Hook us up, Hayfield.
All my new Hawk family.
Right.
The way the internet went crazy Wednesday. Again, this is another group of people that's going to support, promote your kids in the right way. And again, people that believe in the youth and stuff before they make it, wherever it is they're going to make it in life. Also, man, run it. Freedom by 40. Go check it out. Now it's going to be Hayfield by 40. Run those numbers up too. And like you said, that's it. Show love.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you. So for Coach Darryl Overton, Jay Gholson, my co-host Kirk Hilliard, this has been the Kirk and Byrd Show. We are out.